Hello everyone, Namaskar. So today I wanted to uh, make a video about how I feel that religious stories sort of have a positive impact as well as a negative impact in our lives. So I believe that religious stories are good as long as you are just focusing on the message that it's trying to pass on. But if you are focusing on the story itself, the characters, the story, the narrative, and all that, then it brings in sort of dogmas and superstitions, and sort of binds you down with the story itself. And really the message and the purpose of it all is gone. So how do we sort of distinguish the message from the let's say the character and the story and the glitz and glamour and all the other things of the stories, the religious stories that they normally sort of bring in. Well, I feel at the end of the day, whatever story you hear or you try to understand, the only thing that will get you closer to the message or truth is the questions that you sort of ask yourself, questions that you ask the story after you've heard it, read it, or listened to, and the answers that you kind of get to your questions, which is like the answer shouldn't be like, you know, the answer shouldn't be like they can't have room for growth. That's the most important aspect of growing your understanding of things, understanding of reality, and understanding of the message the religious stories try to pass on. The answers must have room for growth. If you just think, oh, okay, this character of this story has mentioned this, so it must be true, or this character of this story has not mentioned this, so it is not true, then you're sort of closing the door on growth of your own answers to the questions that you pose yourself. And that is when the message turns into superstition or dogma and actually sort of pulls you back. And this is not only about religious stories or religious books, scriptures, whatever. It is about everything. If you believe in a principle, if you just kind of start believing it as the ultimate thing and don't leave any room for growth for yourself and also for the principle that you're believing in, or also for the principle that you are trying to understand, then it becomes a problem, it becomes a bias, a blind faith, or whatever you want to call it. So, the most important aspect of trying to understand religious messages, the messages behind religious books, the messages behind philosophical books, principles, ideals, and all that thing is to question them in your own mind, and try to find those answers, and also try to find rational answers, using your own logic, using your own intelligence, and not because someone has said it, or someone has written it, or someone has mentioned it. That is like, you know, it's like a closed door sort of mindset. You don't have room to operate in that sort of a mindset, and you inevitably turn into negative beliefs, bias, and all that thing. So with this, I end my video. Thank you. Namaskar.